Tom, warm here at Snetterton.
Very hot.
But an interesting session, FP1. How's that for you? Because you were just saying to me about you're now the fastest man on used tyres, which is your new epithet.
Currently, yeah. So I never went out on new for a push lap. I was actually warming up. I was just about to do my proper flying lap on new mediums, but the red flag came out. And then I aborted that and said, put my used softs on. I need to feel as soft before I go into qualifying. So we put a used soft on, which has done quite a lot of running, and put us at the top, nearly. So I'm quite confident on new tyres. We are in the running. I don't want to jinx it, but we're in the running for somewhere on the front row. And it'd be lovely to get it, because I got this real thing with number 3. It's like my race number, isn't it? But this is the third ever, first ever quali race in the history of British touring cars. So if I could win and get pole on the third ever one, being car number 3, I quite like that. As being in the third of the life of its championship, it'd be quite nice to grab it, wouldn't it?
You mentioned tyres. We've started off talking about tyres. Obviously, the track temperature is going to mean the tyres come to you much more quickly, I guess, but equally will go off much more quickly.
Absolutely, yeah. So in pre-season testing, we were umming and ahhing between once past and twice past the pits before diagonally. Now we're doing an out and in and got more temperature than when we did once past.
Really?
So it's a lot hotter than testing. So we've still got good balance though, which shocks me. Normally when it gets that much hotter, you have to do quite a lot of changes to look after the front tyres, but my car's got even better, so we're in a very sweet spot in the car. So I'm quietly confident. I don't want to jinx it, like I said, but I'm most confident I've felt all year so far.
The one thing we should just touch on as well is the physical aspect of driving in this heat inside. They turn into ovens effectively, don't they?
Yeah, they're very hot. I mean, I got alarms flashing on my dashboard left, right and centre because of all the ECU boxes and IPS unit boxes. They're all over temperature. The problem with that is then it can stop your turbo boost working and things like that, and eventually it can shut down. And we've got fans on it, we've raised it off the ground, we've done everything that every other team on the grid's done. But it's flashing because it's just so hot in the car. I mean, when I raced in the World Touring cars, I remember in Portugal, on my in-lap after the race, which I finished second in, on the in-lap, it misfired and then stopped working, the car. I was like, why has it stopped working? Luckily it cut out at the chicane at the top of Villarreal, and from there it's all downhill to Italy, this big mountain. So I was all just coasting on the clutch all the way back for like 4 corners and into the pits. And he said, what was it? And they go, the fuel was so hot and the fuel tank, it was bubbling and boiling and it was evaporating before it got into the engine and it cut out. Wow. So we were 74 degrees in the car and the fuel tank was obviously enough to make the fuel boil. So when I got out of the car, I took my gloves off and I held onto the roll cage above my head and I burnt the skin on my hand holding the roll cage. That's how hot the car was. It was, I remember that weekend, it was nuts. It was 45, 46 air and it was 55 track temperature. And there's 74 in the car.
Wow.
So hot. But the cars can only take so much heat, and this weekend is going to be the hottest of the year, I reckon. So I just pray everything works for me, and if it does fail, I hope everyone else does at the same time.
I'm really pleased to see it's a great start for you, Tom. Have a good qualifying.
Thank you very much.